She's like, yeah, we started this. We have a new, I don't know, person, whatever the name is for the person in charge of the religion classes. There's a new person, and he decided to do things differently this year.
Oh shit!
And she was like, we've been having signups at the end of Mass for the last couple of months, and we've tried our best to post flyers.
So basically, ma'am, if you came to church more, you'd fucking know this.
That's exactly what she was saying to me, but in a church-like, nice way without actually saying it. So she's like, I can put you on the waiting list. And I'm like, now I'm freaking out because it's like, she's supposed to make her, like, what am I supposed to do if she doesn't make it? And then icing on the cake.
Why, do you have to make your communion by a certain age?
I mean, you're supposed to make it like if you follow the schedule, like that's the time you're supposed to make it. If she made it a year later, it's not the end of the world.
Okay.
But to top the story off, to sprinkle a little, sprinkles on the whipped cream of the story, I already bought her fucking communion dress.
Oh no.
Before.
That's right.
Yes. So I don't know if I told the story on the podcast, but
she ain't gonna fit into it.
I was in Dillard's, and I guess somebody must have returned a very expensive communion dress to the store from an online order, and it was normally like $400, and it was on clearance for, I think I paid $70.
Wow.
And I'm like crossing my fingers, hoping like that should be the roundabout size she is in 2 years. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
That's a gamble to begin with.
That is a gamble.
Already.
But it's like, for the last 2 fucking years, I have signed the kid up in August.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to sign her up in July, and it's too late. Like, so now we're on a waiting list. And I'm like, I can't. Like, God, please.
Yeah.
Please, God.
I'll start going, I swear.
It's like, we did our best. For weeks. She did it like that. For weeks, we've had sign-ups at the end of Mass. We've posted flyers around the church.
Excuse me, man. You think I actually go? No, I just.
I was like, what am I supposed to say? Oh, I didn't see it. Like. Yeah. God's always watching.
Oh, well, ma'am, I'm usually the first one in there, and I'm at the front because I need to leave early.
And the best part was she knew who we were because she recognized
shit.
The last name. Because, there's not many fucking resin Pollock. She's like, oh, I know that name. So, obviously, like, I sit on the east side. You must have the table on the west side.
So, when was this? How long ago was this?
Just this past, last week. Cause
are you going to call back in like a week and be like, hey?
Oh, I'm going to call back in a couple of days and be like, hey. Because she said,
can I give you a donation?
She's like, there's people on the waiting list. So she's like, we're calling the people on the waiting list. But at the same time, I'm also annoyed because I called you 2 weeks ago and you waited over a week to call me back. So I could have been
way on
further
the waiting
up
list.
in the freaking waiting list.
Damn.
What am I supposed to do?
Go to Mass.
Curse out a woman of God?
Go to church more, Christina. That's the moral of the story.
Oh, God. If you come to Mass, you'd really see. Oh, God. All right, Diane. What had you saying? What the fuck?
It's funny. So, this story is kind of a WTF moment, but kind of not. And it's different. It's just kind of a moment, okay, that I thought was really fucking funny. Okay. So this past Sunday, we finally took my son to the pool for the first time.
All right.
Which we met your husband and kids at the pool as well. A little late, but it's all good. And so we get there, and generally, when I'm in the pool with the kids and it's just me, I'm like just constantly every 5 seconds, like, where's this one? Where's that one? Okay, I got this one. And like, especially like if your kids are there, anyone else is like, every once in a while, I'll do a head count. 1, 2, not like the whole time, but like every couple minutes, I feel like I'm like fucking psycho when I'm at the pool, And so finally it came to the point where I finally came out of the pool and Tim went into the pool. And so I was like, I can look at other things. I could pay attention to different things other than my fucking children for 5 seconds, you know? So like I started like kind of just looking around, just kind of like I felt like just relaxing my senses. Because I do,
the scenery.
Yes, because I do feel like when I'm in the pool, I don't like fully relax. My senses are just heightened. I'm always like, duh, 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 like always just looking for my children, and it's not very. Unless and now mind you, if the pool's not so
you
crowded,
mean you don't want a pool in your backyard?
no, that would be actually less. That would be actually very relaxing. I feel like so when we first got there was like nobody there. We were like literally there was maybe like 4 other kids there,
right?
And that to me is relaxing because I can see them, I could chill. It's when the pool starts getting fucking crowded, and like more people come and more people come. So the more crowded the pool gets, the more crazier I get because I can't fucking see them half the time, you know, and I'm constantly like looking for them. So at this particular moment in time at the pool, Tim went in and he was playing with both of them. So I knew he had them both in his range. So my senses just relaxed.
Your spidey senses relaxed.
My sense of smell, hearing, everything, okay? For some reason, at that moment, I hone in on these like group of 4 people that were like in their late 20s, if I had to guess, okay? And they're all sitting there with like their like, you know, seltzer, which I like the spiked seltzers, and they're all chilling there, looking all good, and you know, da-ba-da-ba-da. And I don't know why, but as soon as this one kid started talking, and he was talking so lightly, I don't even know how the fuck I heard what he said, okay? But I honed in on him, right? And he's like, yo. He's like whispering, and I'm like a good 10 feet away. Like I'm pretty far away. And I wasn't listening to them the whole entire time we were sitting there. But I guess because I was so relaxed in that moment, I had my spidey senses on and I could hear what he was saying. And he goes, yo, I know I'm like, you know, got some hair on my chest, but yo, this dude right here, holy shit, he's got a lot of hair.
And I assume they're talking about your husband, Chewbacca.
He is like 10 feet away from them. And I know for that instant, they are talking about him, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, this motherfucker, I can fucking hear you. And, you know, mind you, we all, you know, tease him for this. You know what I mean? Like, and he takes it, he thinks it's hilarious, you know?
He's, super
I mean, I love the man. I married every piece of his hair on his body. And I did. And I fucking love every piece of hair on his body. I do. I love the man. But there's no doubt about it. And I've told him this, like, I have doing what I do, my career. I see naked chests all fucking day, men and women. And there's only a very few in the past 13, 14 years I have seen that is as hairy as him. So he is up there on the spectrum of fucking hairy. I mean, from far away, it looks like he might have a shirt on.
When we went on the cruise, they did a hairy chest contest on the Lido deck. And I was like, turned to Ed, I was like, Tim would win this hands down.
And he's proud of it. He honestly, he's not like self-conscious about it at all.
I think if he was, I don't think anybody would even say anything about it.
He fucking owns it. He fucking loves it. Okay. He definitely, he loves it and owns it and everything. So, and because I know that he owns it, like if I knew he was self-conscious about it, I would have never have done what I'm about to tell you I did. Okay. But because I know Tim is super cool about it and he loves his hair, I did this. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck? This motherfucker, you know? And like, I wasn't taking it as an insult. I just knew like, yeah, you're right. You know, you're totally right. So I decided to get up and I've had a couple beers, you know, I'm not drunk, but I had a couple beers. So I was a little ballsy. So I get up and I walk over. Liquid courage. I get up and I go over to where the 4 of them standing and Tim's right there. I'm like, hey, hun. Like kind of loud. I'm like, you're scaring these people with your hairy chest. At that moment, the guy knows that I fucking heard what he said. He's like, I could see it in his eyes. He's like, oh shit, you know.
So
and
did he say anything, or did he act like he didn't hear you?
I'm gonna getting there. So there's 4 of them, right? 3 of them are sitting outside the pool. The one who said it is sitting inside the pool. And Tim looks at me. He goes, what? You know, he's super fucking confused. He has no idea what's going on.
Right.
And, you know, I'm like, oh, I'm just fucking with you. And I like kick the water, you know. And so one of the guys that's with them who didn't say this, but is with the the gentleman that did say it was like, oh, we think it's sexy, you know? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you do. So I leave and I go sit down, right? Within 5 minutes, they were gone. They got up, packed their shit, and fucking left.
That's
and
funny.
like after they left, like I felt kind of bad that I like called this guy out, but like in the meantime, I just thought it was like fun on my end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna talk shit about something, make sure the wife who's been here the whole like we were there before and after them.
Right.
So like get your bearings together. Like you knew he was with us.
That's
like
funny.
make sure I'm not sitting right behind you next time when you're gonna talk about my husband.
Exactly. That's funny.
Like if it was something real fucked up, I probably would have like confronted him. But I knew it was just something like super fucking silly that we didn't care about. Tim didn't care about. It didn't hurt his feelings or mine. So I was like, I'm gonna fuck with this guy.
That's funny. So speaking of the pool, and that my husband went with my kids, did my children behave themselves?
Oh, yeah.
Did
They
my
were
husband behave himself?
Yes, your husband behave yourself.
It's so funny because I feel like when he goes to like do something without me, like I feel like I have to give like
instructions.
I mean, and I'm sure he'd figure it out if I didn't,
Oh, I
have to
busted
lay
his balls
down.
in the beginning. I'm like, are you gonna get in the fucking pool? Well, let's go here. You came to go in the pool, right? Get in the fucking pool. That was the only thing I busted his balls about.
That's funny. I'm sure I could figure it out if I didn't say anything, but it's like I feel like I have to give like step by step. Okay, the pool bag is at this exact location. What you're going to need to do, you're going to open that pool bag. You're going to have to take out whatever snacks are in there, make sure they're good. Then you need to get Logan's peanuts. You got to get something to put the peanuts shells in when he takes them out.
Oh, this is a lot of instruction.
You got to get the towels, put the towels in the bag. I said, then you got to stop at Food Lion because you can't go to the pool empty-handed without a snack. And now don't buy anything that's glass. Don't buy glass, because I remember the first time that we went, I brought a glass salsa jar.
Yeah.
Not even thinking like
You didn't know.
yeah. So, but I feel it's so funny. Like I feel like I have to step by step by step by step by step by step by step.
That's why he was an hour late.
But I said that
I'm not blaming it on you.
No,
I'm not blaming
like,
it on you.
No, but then he wants to know why.
That's
I get
how
so
long
annoyed
it took.
at him.
It took
It's
him
like,
to go through all those things.
Like
because generally when you're home,
in like five
I was
minutes,
say
not even.
That's
like,
what it is. When you're home, you do all those things like really quick. Him, it probably took him forever. Like, all right, what else did she say?
All right, I gotta get the cooler. Where do we keep the ice? I don't know where the ice is. Love you, babe.
No, but he finally made it, and we had a good time. They were good.
You got there just in time for your kids ready to leave.
Yes.
So how long did you guys last there after that?
No, we actually lasted a lot longer. So what happened was there's a playground behind us. So I feel like they got there. They were in the pool for a little bit. And then Liam got like, I want to go home, And then they got distracted and went to the park behind us and was like running around the park.
Gotcha.
And then they came back like a half hour or so later from the park and then got back in the pool again for a second time.
You didn't make them walk back to the house this time?
No, he wanted to. So as soon as he got out of the pool, he was like, I want to go home. I'm like,
which
fine,
one,
go.
Liam or little
Liam.
Logan?
No, Liam. And he's like, fine, I'm walking home. I'm like, I was just kidding. I know you're never walking home again. I was like, what a big mistake that was that day because now he's like, I'm walking home. I'm like, no, ain't gonna happen, kid.
Too funny.
Hi, I'm Arya. If you like what you hear, please help my mom and Miss Diane out. Rate and subscribe on iTunes and Stitcher. They are totally crazy and they can use your help. Thank you. Bye.
So, mamas, if you just come home from work and you see that fucking sink full of dishes, I don't care what the fuck is in it. Stuff that dishwasher up, throw the soap in there, and turn it on and call it a fucking night. Because you know what? You've had too much going on.
Or, if you're planning a vacation and you're already stressed out before you get there, is it really a vacation if stress is not involved?
Nah.
I don't think so.
No.
So just know you're not alone. So if you have any suggestions of any topics you'd like to hear, or if you want us to possibly share your what the fuck moment of the week, email us at momsmouthingoff@gmail.com.
You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we'd also like to have a big shout